And a building or structure that contains a non-conforming use is not to be enlarged, extended, or structurally altered. It does go on to note that the board must make a determination, a finding, that the alteration itself will not expand or intensify or enlarge the non-conformity. And if it does, it cannot fall under the guise of a special use permit.
Now, they specifically use the word enlarge in this particular ordinance. In your opinion, what does enlarge mean when used in conjunction with zoning ordinances?
Enlarge means increasing the footprint. And it says right here, and I quote, "The board shall ensure that no alteration is permitted which would increase the degree of nonconformity." Clearly, it's a nonconforming residential use. Clearly, it's going from 460 to 780 of habitable space, and it's increasing the footprint in that they're building on the L portion that's missing now. It is clearly an intensification of that residential use.
Now, my understanding is you also have the opportunity to review the comprehensive plan and the nature of and the character of this particular area.
Sure.
What did your investigation reveal?
Well, throughout the comprehensive plan, and I would note that this is a fairly new comp plan having been amended 2002, and they're working on a 5-year update. And the ordinance itself is very fairly new, as of 22 October 2009. The comprehensive plan notes that...
Excuse me, back up for a moment. You just said the ordinance was...
Well, the ordinance was just
What ordinance?
Zoning ordinance, as of 22 October 2009.
So these ordinances have been refined by this board or...
Oh, well, by the council.
By the council.
In the last
2009.
6 months, correct.
Go ahead, Bob.
Sure. The comprehensive plan, throughout the comprehensive plan, I reviewed all the elements. It talks about...
You mentioned that. What did you review?
Yeah, I reviewed all of the elements and specifically paying attention, and did review all of the elements, but specifically paying attention to both the land use and the housing elements. They were the most applicable. And what it notes time and time again throughout them is to protect the existing character, the rural character, and the existing character of the village area. So the comprehensive plan breaks Jamestown down into 4 distinct areas. The subject property is defined as being in the area called the village area. And I would highlight some quotes from the definition of village area, noting number 1, the majority of structures in the village area are residential single-family homes. It actually notes that in the last 10 years, some of the multi-family homes have been converted back to the intended use for single-family usage in accordance with both the ordinance and the comprehensive plan. This was then supported, by the way, it also goes on to note that the first and foremost is to maintain the island's rural character, to protect the rural and historical village character of Jamestown and on and on. Based on that, I engaged in an in-depth neighborhood analysis. It's on page, the results are on page 4, 13, and 5 of 13.
Is that the same analysis that I also reviewed? Can you just explain what you did?
That is correct. The board, I have the actual findings here, but the tabulation of the results are as follows. I went out of several blocks in all directions, and I broke it down into 2 separate tables because what's unique here is you've got an R20 district that's split right down the middle of that roadway. So to the other side you have an R8 district where it's more intense zoning designation with the property situated, which is less intense, more of a medium density. It's an R20 district. Well, so therefore, to keep it compared apples to apples, I broke it out into 2 tables, giving the results of both, because clearly the R8 lots are going to be smaller and more intense, just because that's what they allow in the permit under the ordinance. Specifically referring to the R20 district, I looked at a total of 47 lots. Once again, went out and looked at several blocks. The required lot area requirement is 20,000 square feet. The subject lot is approximately 16,704. I took that off the plan. It's not a class 1 survey, I took off the plan. The average lot size was 18,600. As you can see, I provided what the average coverage was of all these lots, average living area, and so forth. But I think what was most compelling here is this is the only usage of property that's presently not conforming by use. All of them are permitted to be improved with single-family residential dwellings. They are improved with single-family residential dwellings. This is the only one that has 2 separate residential structures in the same parcel. As I heard in testimony comparing of an accessory structure, it's similar to the character neighborhood because everybody has accessory structures. This is not an accessory structure. This is a secondary residential structure It is now, and it will even more so be after the fact, because we're talking about an entire home with a one-car garage as a portion, included in that overall structure, so.
So out of 47 parcels in R20 district,
Yeah.
this is the only one of its kind.
It's the only one that's non-conforming. So it's clearly out of character now. It's pre-existing, it's grandfathered, these things happen. But this will clearly be more so out of character because it's being expanded upon.
And then you also researched the R8 district, which is the accompanying or
Yeah.
store district.
Correct. The R8 district was directly across the street, and once again, I went out several blocks so I could get a complete clear radius of this neighborhood. Even in the R8 district, which allows more intense uses, it too was almost 99% conforming. It's in itself, I looked at 52 lots, it had one similar property in which there were 2 residential structures, also, once again, predating the adoption of the regs being non-conforming. So out of all 99 lots, considering R20 and R8, there's only 2 properties out of these 99 lots that are presently non-conforming from a use perspective.
Let me ask you a question. What's the difference between the presently existing use of this building and the proposed use? I understand everything you've said, but I don't see what impact it has.
It's a good question, because under your regulations, which is pretty commonplace under most of the regulations for the state of Rhode Island, that flow from the Enabling Act, the point of the ordinance and the comprehensive plan is over time. I mean, it's a goal. It's a difficult goal to achieve, but over time is to abolish nonconformities. Let's bring uses of property in conformance with the ordinance, which then is supported by the comp plan, because the comp plan has a future land use map. Every 5 years it's amended. It states what we want to see in the various parts of our town, and based on what we determine to be a classification of those areas, we then amend our ordinance to follow suit. In this area, they said, and they've amended it time and time again, they said, we want to maintain an R20 designation of medium density. So therefore, they're saying we want it to be predominantly single family. We can allow these other things, provided there's certain conditions met, but we want to maintain the single family character. In light of that, the ordinance then says, well, let's try to abolish nonconformities over time to complement and support what we have as our main goals and objectives in the comp plan. When we allow footprints to expand non-conforming uses to enhance and to intensify, we're going away from the goal to try to abolish non-conformities. Now, if the other goal is to say we feel that this is acceptable, then what we really need to do is amend the comp plan, amend the ordinance, and say maybe these uses should be permitted, maybe they are acceptable. But that's not what's happening. This ordinance was just adopted, amended 6 months ago. So what we're doing now is going contrary to what we're trying to accomplish, which is abolishing nonconformity. We're intensifying it.
Well, how are we intensifying? So is this application intensifying?
Absolutely. You're less likely to extinguish the secondary residential structure of this property if you increase the footprint. What is the likely going forward? That residential use is going to vacate the premises and be abolished over time? Or to stay there long if you allow it to intensify footprint-wise? I mean, you're going contrary to what the use schedule says.
I think that is speculative. But I'm not sure. The language says increase the degree of non-conformity. Does that just mean making it larger?
I would say yes. It says enlargement.
That's the only...
The ordinance says enlargement.
It says the board shall ensure no alterations permitted which would increase the degree of non-conformity.
No, that follows after it states earlier, the building or structure is not enlarged, extended, structurally altered, or reconstructed, except for alteration, maintenance, and repair work, as is required to keep the building or structure in a safe condition. That's what the language reads.
Section 1.
82703, subsection A. The building or structure is not enlarged, extended. That's what it says.
Well, we already have a problem with that definition, so we understand that. What I'm trying to do is get at the question of, is this, in your opinion, a degree, increase in the degree of non-conformity, or is it just as a matter of size?
I would say that